Warp Speed number 1, Ensign Webb and Captain Sessler are back.
Why am I the ensign?
I don't know. You were Tarzan a moment ago. Anyway, kids, it's Trek time. Earlier, it was Tron time. Maybe soon, it'll be Tree time.
What does that even mean?
Come on.
All right, so we all know that Activision is suing Paramount because they say their Star Trek license is worthless. But they should hush up already because the premise of this Trek game from Starscream Interactive is awesome.
Maybe it's because it's not from... Shh, it's a secret. Here's our preview of Star Trek Shattered Universe.
Space, the final frontier.
Maybe it's the gradual erosion of the ozone layer, or perhaps it's just a sign of the end of days. But apparently, the people who control the Star Trek licenses are starting to loosen up just a little.
Excelsior shield down to 25%.
Our long-range scan on the upcoming Star Trek Shattered Universe proves that Star Trek games are getting, by degrees, a little darker, a little less wussy, and a little heavier on the actual ass-kicking.
All hands, prepare for impact.
Star Trek Shattered Universe goes right for the old-school gold. It's basically based on one of the classic series' most radical episodes, Mirror, Mirror, which takes place in a grim alternate universe where the normally benign United Federation of Planets is instead a galaxy-crushing empire.
Chekhov, prepare to transport your people. We're almost there.
Captain, the last
Former USS Enterprise helmsman Hikaru Sulu, now captain of the starship Excelsior, finds himself in a ship flung once again into a brutal mirror universe and must take up arms alongside his alternate world allies, the Klingon and Romulan forces, against the oh-so-oppressive alternate universe Federation.
Welcome to the eye of the storm, old comrade.
That would be a cranky alternate universe Commander Chekhov right there.
Conspiracy to betray the Empire has been compromised.
Captain, the Enterprise has locked phasers on the Ranger.
Yep, so basically things are pretty backwards-assed up in here. Got it? Now, combat in the Star Trek universe has traditionally been of the big ship to big ship variety, but Shattered Universe assumes the existence of small, nimble, combat-ready spacecraft that are primed for dogfighting. So regular Universe Sulu will have to make do with what he's got.
Mister, I don't care if the shuttles have become pumpkins and the pilots are white mice. Launch everything you've got immediately.
Gamers will control one of the small space fighters in battles. These assorted combat craft will pack both laser beams and photon weapons, and the whole combat dynamic will be a strictly arcade-style affair. It's not exactly what you might expect from the Star Trek universe, but that's a good thing.
Captain's log. Stardate unknown.
The game plays out like a TV series, with each mission starting off like a new episode. But failure to complete the constantly shifting in-game objectives will result in an early cancellation. For example, only after successfully destroying the 1, 2, 3, 4 Evil Federation starships in this particular installment will players be rewarded with access to a new episode. It's kind of like a play per-view.
Captain's log. Estimated stardate 9586.1.
Star Trek Shattered Universe is by no means looking like the deepest or most thoughtful Star Trek game, but it's great to see good old-fashioned ship-to-ship combat making a comeback. So hang in there. Star Trek Shattered Universe will phase into our continuum in November 2003.
It's Star Trek time! Yay!
Oh yes, Morgan and I are very excited when we heard that the new Star Trek game takes place in the original Trek's alternate universe.
Yes, you know the one from Star Trek episode 39, Mirror, Mirror, where Captain Kirk is evil and he has an eye patch and Spock has a goatee.
Because nothing said evil in the 60s like facial hair and a visual handicap. Here's a review of Star Trek Shattered Universe.
These are the voyages of the starship Excelsior. Its ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where none have gone before.
Well, let's see. Where are we going today? We have an evil Chekhov.
Welcome to the eye of the storm, old comrade.
You can tell he's evil because of his jaunty yellow sash. We have endless internal monologues by George Takei.
Since its properties seem to have been responsible for our through unfortunately, I fear we have not seen the last of Commander Chekhov.
We have a plucky little fighter that can take down an Enterprise-class starship. And we have lots and lots of this. In Star Trek Shattered Universe, USS Excelsior, captained by Mr. Sulu,
All hands, prepare for impact.
gets sucked into the Mirror Universe, where the Federation is evil. And the Romulans and Klingons are relatively nice guys. You're a nameless combat pilot who has to fly around shooting wave after wave of small fighters, usually to defend the Excelsior, or you may have to complete some mindless mission like move from point A to point B, collecting resources or whatever.
Follow your radar to navigation point 3.
But all these cliched mission objectives wouldn't be so bad if the game actually played well. First, your weapons are lame. Your photon torpedoes are useless on anything except the starship, so you're stuck smashing both the phaser and laser bolt buttons at the same time, and they both suck and are hard to aim.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're not helping! And just when you think you're getting somewhere, they suddenly change objectives on you. After several waves of boring dogfights to clear the path for the Excelsior, you'll suddenly have to single-handedly assault a major capital ship, which can kill you in a few well-aimed bursts. Why your tiny little ship is taking on huge starships with no support from the Excelsior is never explained. Maybe Captain Sulu has it out for you, but dying, of course, means having to play the whole damn mission over again.
I order you to surrender your vessel.
Your vessel? And most of all, the game lacks personality. It does have George and Walter. Oh, Walter, I kid. You look very nice in your sash. But it doesn't have much else. Star Trek Shattered Universe gets a 1 out of 5. Maybe now it will boldly go away.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to mention in the review that it crashes too.
Yes, that's an added bonus. Shattered Universe needed lock-on aiming from the get-go because it is impossible to play when you can't hit anything.
So tedious. Plus, Chekhov was wearing a sash of evil. Now, a sash says I'm fashionable and relaxed, but it doesn't say evil. Now, this game makes me embarrassed to wear a Starfleet badge and carry a tricorder.
Is the game to do that?
Mm-hmm.